and share this encouraging word with you. Excuse the sunlight when I'm on the go, but at the same time, I felt led to share this with you while being on the go. It's a quick kind of mini series that I'm doing for a moment, which is focus on one thing, right? Focus on one thing. And this is going to be the first one of the gems, or maybe one gem, one or two gems, a video. And so this is one gem that I'm going to share with you today as we get ready to go into 2026. What a 2025 it's been. It has had its ups, it's had its downs, it's had its challenges. But at the same time, in the midst of the ups, downs, and the challenges, we're still standing, right? You're still standing. Yes, there are some people who started in 2025 who did not make it to this point in 2025, but you're here. And that means that there's another opportunity for you to become more of the original you God created. And here's one thing I would say before going into this first lesson one or session one on focus on, there's the key word. This one is focus on one message. Focus on one message. What does that mean? Here's what that is saying. It's so easy to get caught up talking, being distracted with other people and messages that they have. And your voice, your unique message that's been given to you by God could actually be buried underneath all the noise. And so it's going to be kind of hard for you at times, if you're not careful, to discern what unique message is it that you've been given. What is it that you have to say? What is it about you that God wants to speak through you to impact the people connected to you, and even maybe some of those people who are not connected to you, right? Who is it you're called to impact? Okay, what message do you have to share that is to be impacting or transforming their lives? What is it that you've been entrusted with that maybe you don't like, but somebody else needs? Or maybe you don't value what it is that you have because you can be busy looking to your left and looking to your right to see what everybody else is doing, but then miss the very treasure, miss the very diamond that's on the inside of you. I want to let you know today, out of all you've been through in 2025, the fact that you're still standing is another opportunity for you and me to deliver the message God entrusted us with to expand his kingdom. He wants to make impact through you. But sometimes we find it easy to copy everybody else's message. We find it easy to be like everybody else. We find it easy to want to have the quote unquote external fruit of everybody else. People can look the part. People can appear to have it going on. But man, you just really don't know what's going on with them when there's no camera, when there are no lights, when they're not in the public. You just have no idea what people are dealing with, right? And so it's easy to want to copy somebody else's uniqueness and try to make it our own. But we weren't born to copy. All of us have been entrusted by God. All of us have a mark. All of us have a barcode that separates us from the next person, right? And so the easiest thing to do is to, yes, I want to be like my neighbor. I want their message because I like the way their message resonates. And so I think if I have that kind of message for me and my assignment and what I'm called to do, then maybe I can have that kind of impact. Maybe my follower can grow. Maybe my influence can grow. But here's the thing. The question is this. Do you want to be a cheaper version of somebody else or the unique, valuable version of you? You see, all of us have a fingerprint. We don't have the same fingerprint. And if we got the same fingerprint, somebody's not telling the truth. And I got to tell you, it's not God, because God made you unique the way you are. But it's so easy to want to copy what our eyes see. So today I want to share this message with you. Focus on one message. What's the message you have? For those of you on this channel who are new, I'm Rico McAdory, and I help faith-based coaches, consultants, and experts pretty much 3x their revenue, kingdom business revenue, their impact, influence, without compromising their faith in God or copying marketplace trends. Okay? In other words, it's great to have coaches, it's great to have mentors. The challenge is when we try to be them. We were never made to be like the mentor, be an exact duplicate of the mentor, but we were made to be uniquely different. And God has mentors God has mentors set aside, people He's authorized and ordained to help introduce us to the season of life that He's already done. He already has a plan for you. But I believe that there are people He sets in our lives to help us see the value He already placed on the inside of us. So what's your message? Here's the thing. Somebody's message, or the person that you're so inspired by, and sometimes you want to copy because it's easier to copy than to have the courage to be you. But you're excited about that person because their unique message touched you in a way that changed your life. Well, just as their message changed your life or impacted your life or helped you shift the way you think from who you were to who you can become, and how much to the greatness that's already on the inside of you, there's a message that God entrusted in you that somebody's been praying for. Somebody has an answer to. Somebody has a question that your message can help answer that situation. Your message, just the fact of you showing up and saying something of value, one thing you might think is not much, right? You can look at it and be like, man, I don't know. I don't have anything to say. I don't have anything to write. But the truth of the matter is you do. And sometimes what I've learned, even with what we've been entrusted with the gifts we've been entrusted with, I have learned that when we just allow God to work through us in the gift He's given us, we're not doing this for a performance, or we're not doing this to manipulate. But sometimes the thing you least expect can have the most effect. Yeah. Something in your message somebody has been praying for. Somebody has been looking for. Somebody who's been dealing with trauma. Somebody who's been dealing with emotional pain. Somebody who's been dealing with depression. Somebody who's been dealing with suicide. Did you know that your message, the unique message, the unique voice that God gave you, do you know that unique message spoken at the right time, it could be a life or unaliving situation for somebody. Somebody could be ready to take their life in. And the fact that you opened your mouth and you said something, God spoke through you, and He impacted somebody's life, was changed, or the trajectory of their life was changed because you came through with your message to help that person see the value in themselves. What's your message? For me, I deal with identity. Yeah. Here's the thing. When I wrote that book, Your God-Given Identity, back in 2019, I didn't realize that book was kind of like a prophecy. It was getting me ready for people who would have major mental health issues, major emotional issues. I didn't realize the identity crisis, the magnitude of the identity crisis. I didn't realize that. Not only the identity crisis here in the States, but I'm talking about globally. And here's the thing I come to the conclusion to share. If I didn't show up, if I didn't decide to show up, even with that book, if I didn't decide to show up and write that book, if I didn't decide to come on here and talk about or share encouraging words with you about identity and how it applies to your life, because you cannot grow beyond your identity. You cannot, you will act according to your identity. You will act in accordance to who you are at your core. If you want to have something different, and that means you got to become somebody better. You got to be so you can do the right things to have the results, right? And a lot of times we want God to do for us what he's already given us the ability to do. And truth be told, thank y'all for joining so much. I thank you for being here. Hey, if you're getting value from this, like and subscribe, even share this video. Okay, like, subscribe, and share. I appreciate you being on. But I wanted to come on here and talk about focus on one message. What's your one message? Like, if you're still a little bit challenged with this, let me ask this question. What's the one thing, or what is it people come to you about? And what is it in particular that you share with those people that is life-changing? What is it that you share with those people that is a game changer? What is it that you share with those people that they leave your presence stronger and better than when they initially came? When you allow God to reveal to you what that message is. See, sometimes what happens a lot of times is our gift is so effective that we're just flowing in the gift and we don't really pay attention to the message that's being said at times because we're in the moment. One of the worst times to come to a preacher or someone delivering a message is afterwards and saying, remember such and such. And most times we don't remember because we're in the moment. So don't take it personal or get offended. But when you're in the moment of teaching or in the moment of sharing a message, you may not necessarily know exactly what was said, but something was said. And I want you to know somebody's waiting on your message. So instead of trying to, for instance, if you're trying to do a YouTube channel or, right, instead of trying to do a channel that talks about everything, focus and flow in that which is unique and is effective. What testimonials are people sharing of something that maybe you said and you were like, oh, that was, you treated like, oh, that was nothing. It may have been nothing to you, or it may have been just a passerby to you. But one little nugget in your message that you said could transform somebody's life. So today, for this nugget, first nugget in this session 1, focus on one message. What is your one message? Okay. What is your one message? I'm going to ask you this question in closing. What do I do? Or what do I want? Answer this in the comments, either now or in your own personal time. What do I want people to remember me for? What do I want people to remember me for? Or what message do I want people to remember me for? You may find out, well, I know you will find out, it's always been there. It's always been there. But what you'll find out is, wow, I didn't know this meant the world to somebody. Yeah, it did. It changed their lives. Stop. Don't like run to the next thing, but like stop, pause, and just ask yourself that question. What do I want people to remember me for? Or what do I believe God wants people to remember me for? So that's it for today. Focus on one message. Not 5, not 10. What is a topic that you talk about, that you're passionate about? What is a topic, or what is it that you, when you talk, people are their antennas go up? What is it? What do they know you for? What are you known for? That's the question I have for you. Put that in the comments. Before you post again or do another video or share, what is that you want to be known for? Again, for me, it's identity leadership transformation. That's what I'm about. Yeah, helping you change from the inside out. Because in the day and age that we live in right now, artificial intelligence is here. I'm not, people are against it. Some are for it. I'm like, it's a tool, right? To me, artificial intelligence is not greater than apostolic prophetic insight. So as a kingdom person, it's a tool. So with that being said, here's what we're going to find. It's going to be very challenging to discern the real from the not real. So what's going to make you different? Are you going to actually look at another person, maybe myself or some other person on YouTube? Are you going to look at them and be like, I'll just copy exactly I'll just copy exactly what they do and I'll make it my own? No. What we're talking about today is, for those that are coming on right now, we're talking about focus on one message. Instead of trying to talk about whether it's starting a business or YouTube, whatever the case may be, instead of trying to be all over the place, what's the one message you want to be known for? What's the one message that you are known for? All right? That's a good question to ask. That's a good question to sit and ponder. If you got value from this video, like and subscribe to this video. I appreciate you so much. There's so much more that we do have to share. Excited about 2026. I'm going to share some other gems in some upcoming videos from this series, which is called Focus on One Thing, which is the series. But today, lesson 1 is focus on one message. All right. Stay tuned for lesson 2, which is going to be focus on one platform. All right. Oh yeah. I know what you're thinking, but yeah, focus on one platform. You're like, well, there's so many other platforms and social media. I'm going to share just a little gem and a nugget of how we navigate through that, to where it seems like you're everywhere, but really you just do it one time, or you maximize your time, but you're able to set up and have a system in place through a certain platform, which hint, I'm on the platform right now, which I use. But through that platform, being able to use that to expand into other content. All right. It's not as hard as we think. We just make it more difficult than what it is at times. But in the meantime, I'll see you on the next video. Let me know what you're thinking or what you like most in the comments, and answer that question that I did say. For those of you that just came on, I want to say this. We talked about focus on one message. All right. This is lesson 1, session 1 in this series, focus on one message. And the question I have for you is, before you post again or share another video, whatever the case may be, what's the one thing you want to be known or remembered for? What's the one message you want to be remembered for? Okay. Again, that's it. I'm gone for now. Until the next video. Bye for now.